Okay, so this is a tutorial for MovieMaker. I'll be showing you how to add animation and visual effects as well as transitions from one picture to the next. MovieMaker is for videos and photos. Today I'm only going to use photos because that's all I have on this laptop. So the first thing you want to do is you want to select some photos, and we're going to go under the home button and we're going to add videos and photos. And I'm just going to choose these pictures that I've sorted out here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all by holding the control button down while I select these pictures, or you can double click on each picture one at a time if you want, but to save time I'm going to use my control button and select all, and then I'm going to come down here and hit open, and then you can see all these pictures are now loaded in. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go to our animations. And these are the transitions over here, and transitions is what happens in between your pictures when it's going from one picture to the next. And so here we're gonna we'll just choose a transition for each picture. We click on the picture and then find a transition, and you can see in the screen there when I hover over, it'll show you what it will do. And so you can just pick the transitions that you like for each picture. And you can also, for more transitions, you can scroll down and find others that you like that fit the project that you're working on, and select it. So we'll just finish up putting in our transitions. And you want to be careful not to hit this apply to all. If you do that, the same transition, the one transition that you just hit, will apply to all of your photos. Now you'll notice that once I hit my transitions, you'll see a number here in the duration bar, and that's how long your transition will last for this particular slide. If you want your transition to be longer, you can move it up to 2. And if you want your transition to be a little shorter, you can bring it down to 1 second or 1.5 seconds. So longer transitions, just a longer time in between the pictures that you have, and make sure your effects last a little bit longer. So I'll just show you the varying times you can use. So we have our transitions, and the next thing you can do is the movement that your picture will do once it's actually up on the screen after the transition is finished. And this is what we call the pan and zoom section. So you would just click on your picture, and you can see over there in the window how it's showing you what it will look like. And here you just can choose the ones that you like. And we just select them all and give each one a pan or a zoom. And again, you just want to be careful not to hit that apply all button unless you do want the same transition or the same effect for each picture. Okay, so now they all have a transition, they all have a pan and zoom. And the next thing we're going to go to, the last thing we're going to go to, is visual effects. Now you'll see when I click on visual effects, it changes actually the way the picture looks once it comes up. Okay, so there's a slight bit of coloring there. I'm going to choose the next picture, and that one's kind of giving it a gray look. You don't get to see the colors, so I'm going to just choose some more. You may not want to use these depending on what it is you're using. So because these pictures are kind of pretty, I'm not going to choose ones that are going to turn them to black and white or mess with their coloring. See, this picture kind of makes it a little bit blurry. When it comes in, it's rotating it. So you'll see the effects that it has for each of those. And then this will be the last one. We'll give it a hue sort of color, and then when it's all done, you can just check it, and you just click on this play button to see what they look like transitioning from one to the next. And if you don't like the way it looks, you can go back and change the pictures, and that's basically it. Those are your transitions, your animations, and your visual effects. Good luck.